Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle Narfello Hearts from CZT Lynn Mead. Okay, so for those that are following Inktober Tangles 2024, we're at the second to last day of it. And when I saw the word Narfello, I'm like, oh no, oh boy, we had oh, I I had a rough time with Narfello. I still having a rough time with Narfello. All right, but we will get this. It is a gorgeous tangle. It really is, and my opinion. I'm looking at my little result in my step out. I'm like, yeah, it was worth it. Okay, good. So I hope it's worth it for you. Um, okay. I think I shall. I'm just gonna stick with it going straight across because that's safe. All right. So first step, easy peasy. Sorry, evil laugh. No, it is. So it is just a squiggle line. Kind of a S shape. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do it the same way I did it, and I'm making my S kind of tight because I'm in a small space and I want to be able to show you um, more of the tangle. Now, second line, similar. You don't necessarily have to worry about lining it up exactly. In fact, as I keep looking at it, it seems like in Lynn's, it was a little offset. This a lot of this is just don't worry about it, and that was my mantra as I kept going. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, this is where I run into the difficulty. So coming from this curve, I am going to kind of launch it up, and it's almost just like a C-shaped curve line, sort of there. And then on the way down, you know what? I didn't try this. Let me try this way. Okay, maybe that. So going up, right? So it's almost like we're creating a little V here. And then we're going to come down. It needs to swoop. I also thought, well, you know what? Maybe that works too. Because I think, yeah, on my first step, I kind of did like here. It's almost like it's an offset. So from here, then coming down, sort of. And then we're going to go back up again. And then probably at some point, like right here, we'll go down. From here, it would go up. And what is it? This is not exactly the way she shows it. I honestly have trouble getting this. What do they call it? OG type of. I think it's different than this though. But anyway, we're gonna see how much what I can make of it. This is not exactly the way I see it, but it's okay. All right, from here. And and it does help holding it this way. I was doing everything kind of this way. So here is the bottom of your heart. You don't have to trace over if you don't want to. You could just start right here or wherever you want to put that heart. If you want to trace over it, go right ahead. I'm going to do these full ones first. They can be, a little offset like this. And actually, here I'm going to trace it over just because I don't want to have that little bump. But I do want it hugging those lines. Oh, another solution. You could say, like I'm on an 001. If I went down to the 005, well, no, but then these lines, never mind. Those lines would then be weird, so never mind. Okay. And again, however far up, it doesn't matter. Do take a look at the For More Inspiration link. So you can see the work from Lynn's hands. Now, on my version of the step out, I did, I guess it would be 2 steps, for Narfello, versus just putting, okay, here's Narfello. This was part of her 100 Days of Narfello that Lynn is doing an ebook on. And I thought you needed a little primer. And actually, in the description section, I really should redo it because it's quite busy. But I'm gonna put in my current version. If I decide to redo it, I'll replace it. But my version of Narfello, period, so that way you could revisit. Or no, maybe I'll do the. I'm sure that there's a link to the Quickie. That might be easier. All right, next, coming from the top here, we're gonna do a giant muka. So I'm gonna come here, and I'm going to make it nice and big and plump using this part, tracing over that. And then I come here. So if you've not done muka or, a stroke like this, so I come around, and just as it's like, as if you were going to do it, turn it into a spiral, right? But I'm going to do this, stop here, because this is the distance that I want for that, the stem piece, and then come back like that. And we get another chance to do it here. So it's kind of like every top of the hill. Use that. And there we go. Whoops, let's get that right on. And bottom, same thing. Let's see. I'm going to draw it. This will be going towards me. These are all going in the same direction, just by the way. Make sure that you can see. And it's like I look at the camera at the exact wrong moment. All right, now I'm going to do these partials. I'm going to imagine, because the ball part is going to be in here, right? So let's just imagine that it would be coming up like this, and then up around like so. Here, it's just going to start. So I can just put that stem part. And what I do, if you've not tried to do this where you have what I call partials. So what I do is I'll look, it's like, okay, here is this. All right, this is here. And I just eyeball, okay, here's where, we're going off of this is the end of the tile. So that's going to be about right here. Okay, so that's what I need to put on there. That's how I do it. Or just make it up. Like here, I think I could be completely missing altogether. So we're just going to go with that. Okay. I think really the hard parts are over at this point. All right. Next is in these little crevices, we're going to do more hearts. And, whichever way you like to, do them. And I just kind of need to tuck them in and squish them and have them have some motion like this. Is kind of neat. Off the page. Let's see. This one is going to be coming from over here. We'll just leave it like that. Flipping it. Same idea. Just trying to think which. No, it doesn't matter. Let's start with this one, because this has a tighter crevice. And why in my head, I'm like making it a bigger deal than it needs to be. So I wanted to say, well, which way is this? These are swinging kind of this way. This, which way do I want to have them directed? Okay. This is definitely one, just focusing on one thing at a time and not paying attention to anything else. Just that one thing is very helpful. Last step before we play and decorate is we're going to aura the whole thing. And this one is kind of a tight aura, but you do whatever you want to do. It really finishes it off nicely. My pen was not wanting to cooperate there. Now, to be, well, I'm nothing but 100% transparent and honest. um Lynn's beautiful work. I was like going, okay, well, if I have a bigger piece of a bigger tile or bigger piece of paper, because she has it coming off to these nice ends, and I'm like, oh, that's so lovely. But this is all that I can get to fit on here. Otherwise, it'd be too small to see. And I think this is plenty lovely, like this. Um, so I mean, up to you how you want to use it. I mean, it's a great. I say it's a great border piece, but it's so much for a border. I think it's much more worthy of being a like a feature tangle. Now, how I'd oh, she does show in here. So an idea on decorating is some nice wispy lines on these hearts. You know, and if well, then I could do more than just the two. I'll maybe come back and add more, because then they could look more like leaves than hearts. And adding these wispy lines, it helps to give them some character and direction. It's kind of like, you know, my favorite thing in the world, the line dot dot. Similar. Okay. And I did notice that she put in some rounding, and I think it adds so much to it. So wherever there's a little um and it's up to you where you want to put them. You could start like here, okay, wherever these little muka guys are, you could put them in, you know, these corners, or maybe even here, and then go from there versus kind of going crazy and putting them everywhere. I mean, you can go crazy and put them everywhere if you want to. That's up to you. I'm just thinking of ways to minimize the crazy, and for me, um, making sure that I hit all the places. So that kind of helped me to do that. And then let's see. I did like a lot of them. So let's see. There. And yep, I think she did maybe put some in here. They're just such a nice little touch. You know, just like that. It doesn't have to be big. Okay. Maybe I take back my statement and say, all right, just, you know, find a place and start working your way up. Honestly, it's a whatever works best for you kind of thing, and that goes for everything. You know, and just that little bit of weight. It's so to me, it's fascinating and amazing how just something, you know, so small, just that little touch, can make such an interesting difference. Just look at that. It's like, oh, looks like somebody that knows how to do art could do that, or did that. All right, and then I want to do this. I'm going to go through the steps that I went through as I was doing it on my step out. So I'm like, okay, well, oh no, I have to do my other favorite thing. In the little mukas, I like to put my little swoosh mark, which is just a little C shape, like that. All right, then put a little graphite in the base of these hearts. And there'll be some there. Okay. And, you know, bring it out however far you want, up to you. You could put some at the tips, I suppose, if you wanted to too. That would give them, you know, like maybe an extra bit of motion, little bendiness. And oh, I didn't do it on the muka. I'm going to leave that because this is what I did next. I thought, well, first I thought, well, let's do this because I love the way it looks. This is just, and I'm tickling the page, being very careful. So just very, very, very super light. Just some lines. If you do them super light, it makes it so that way they don't have to be evenly spaced. They can be a little bit wonky because they just kind of are already, because you're doing it real light, and they end up kind of wiggly. And so I'm doing this under the muka. And let's see. That's going to be that. I think, oh, this would be under a muka too. So on these partial bits, you just have to figure out, okay, what's that going to be? And I really liked it. So I thought, oh, what am I going to do with these ones? I don't know. Let's just do the same thing. And wait, this is weird here. Oh, no, that would be a part of that muka. Okay. So I just decided to continue. Not worrying about them lining up or anything. And I might go back and thicken, like here, thicken this line just a little bit, that line. And then we can add some other shading as well. But it really didn't matter, that I'm doing, lines going in the same direction, because I thought, oh, well, that might look silly. But thinking about it, and I'm like, well, I could always add some shading, and that will, might differentiate in the spaces. But I tell you what, I think it doesn't matter. I think it just looks amazing. But I'm going to thicken these. Let's see. I'm just going to redefine that line. Oh, look at yes. Now, could always use a thicker pen, I suppose, but I don't want to. I like the way it looks. And I'm just doing these bits. I'm just going to do those. Not the other. Yeah. Yeah, so like not redefining all of that, just the other side of the hearts. And that seems to, it differentiates it. Now, something hindsight could have left some sparkle in there, and the sparkle is just to leave a gap, and I didn't, but that's okay. Let's do some of this muka. I didn't do that. And I'm just using what's left on my tortillon. And coming around, almost to, a circle. You can almost not see that. Lots of playing that you can do with this. But I am okay, number one, I'm just amazed. It goes to show you, don't give up on your tangle until you're done. Find ways to play with it. Because even before that, I was just like, wow, look at that. Okay, it's coming. And yeah, and then I'm too. Right now, I'm thinking, let's make these hearts pop a little bit. And then just take your time and have fun and enjoy. And don't be, it's the being in a hurry to make it look, oh, pretty and stuff like that. And sometimes it just, take a step back here and there, whatever it takes. Oh, that helped. Oh my gosh. Oh, and so with that, let's do this. I like to do the one step at a time. Let's do this just under here. I want to be careful, not, it's like you do too much and then you get the graphite remorse, right? Because it's like, okay, well now it's all over. And then being careful, I'm not spreading it out a whole lot. I'm just kind of going over it so it spreads out, softens, and creates a gradient into those lines. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Okay. And I'm sure there are tons of other ways that you could find to play with it. This is the way that I found. It's a beautiful tangle. And again, it's worth the effort to say, okay, I did it. It's not necessarily, well, I don't know. It's if you're good at Narfello, and I'm gonna have to maybe practice it a little bit more, because it was neat once I kind of got it. But this, yeah, I like amazing myself, and it doesn't take much. I just do one thing cool. I was like, oh, look at that! Look at what my hand did. It's amazing. So I'm gonna sit and marvel at this for a while. Now, do take a look at while I do that. Well, first off, if you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have, please click the like button. If you liked it enough to see more, please click to subscribe to the channel. Take a look at the For More Inspiration link in the description section. Also, so I have both of my version of the Step Out and then Lynn's. That's it starts off with For More Inspiration. And then below that is my link tree. So if you do enjoy my style, and maybe you want to come and tangle with me and a bunch of other tangle addicts, we would love to have you join us. We do that on Thursdays. A little bit of something there. On Thursdays, generally, unless there's a weird, holiday or something. Thursdays, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. for an hour. And I'll pick a tangle or two. This one would have been Tough Tangle Tuesday worthy. And that is on every third Tuesday of the month. That for sure would have been on a Tough Tangle Tuesday. But we have a lot of fun and create a lot of beautiful, beautiful art, great results. Just a really fun time. You have to experience it. Come, join us once. I do teach other classes that have a fee. Those are listed on my website, as well as you'll see the link for Eventbrite. You can follow me there. You can follow my my Facebook page for classes when I post them, or also, or our Tangle Addicts community group on Facebook. There's a link there to join. In order to actually join, you have to answer the 4 questions that are there. And then you're in like Flynn. All right. And then it's like pretty much, it's like 24, I mean, could be 24/7 because somebody's posting all the time. And such amazing work. It's a nice, safe place to post. We have so many different people from so many different walks of life, so many different skill levels. I like to say ability levels and disability levels. You just come and join us. We want to hear, your story. We want to celebrate your wins with you and all of that. So, and just have fun. All right. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.